Number 1. The Iron Dome. The Iron Dome interceptor system is the IDF's most well-known weapon, and it has frequently made headlines. The reason it being number 1 on this list is that this system is critical for protecting Israel from the smallest threats, example rockets, artillery shells, mortars that are aimed at civilians, and it has done its job successfully over the past few years and remains the most combat-capable system. The system's unique capability is that it detects a set of incoming threats and then intercepts only those rockets that are aimed at civilian-populated areas. Each launcher truck can carry 20 missiles, and a battery is typically made up of 3 launch trucks, radars, and missile control unit. All of these are mobile and can be quickly deployed to a conflict zone. Number 2 is SAR-5 Corvette. Although Israel only has coastline in the Mediterranean and Red Seas, the nautical borders shared with many of its traditional adversaries make it critical for Israel to have an effective naval force. For a ship of its size and class, the SAR-5 packs a punch. It has 2 324mm torpedo tubes, 8 Harpoon missiles, 16 Barak 8 surface-to-air missiles, and 32 Barak 1 surface-to-air missiles. Not to mention the mighty failing CIWS, which will keep it safe from surprises like Hezbollah's radar-guided missiles. Number 3 is Merkava 3-4 MBT. Merkava tanks were designed in the early 1980s and have evolved over time, with the Merkava 3 and 4 being the best variants. The Mk4 has a 120mm smoothbore gun with the ability to fire an anti-tank missile Lahad from the gun, which other Western tanks do not have. This tank is armed with a heavy secondary armament that includes a 112.7mm machine gun, 2 27.62mm machine guns, a 60mm mortar, and 12 smoke grenades. The tank is equipped with a total of 48 shells and missiles. The Trophy Active Protection System, which can intercept incoming projectiles like anti-tank shells and missiles using a network of tiny radars and hard-kill projectile dispensers, is another notable feature of this tank. Number 4 is F-15I and F-16I. The primary reason for the purchase of these was to provide Israel with the ability to strike targets deep inside countries such as Iran without requiring half a dozen mid-air refuelings. With a single mid-air refueling, the F-15I can carry a significant weapon payload and strike targets inside Iran. An F-16 Fighting Falcon is nothing new, especially considering it has been the workhorse of the free world since long before communism fell. While the world marvels at the F-35's ultra-expensive helmet, the F-16I helmet employs an integrated radar and helmet system that allows the pilot to fire the fighter's weapons simply by looking at its target. Number 5. Protector USV. The Israel Defense Forces were the first to employ armed seaborne drones for surveillance missions within and around Israeli territory. It is controlled remotely by 2 operators and employs a Typhoon remote weapon system with a machine gun and grenade launcher. When compared to a manned boat, this increases operational endurance by more than 4 times. The Protector's variants can be outfitted with a Spike fire-and-forget missile system. These boats patrol harbors, conducting surveillance, investigating suspicious small craft, and engaging hostile small craft. Because of their high speed of over 90 km per hour, they are especially useful in anti-piracy duties. Number 6. Atmos 2000 Howitzer. The Advanced Truck-Mounted Howitzer System is the most recent self-propelled artillery weapon to be fielded by the Israeli Defense Forces Artillery Corps. It is a 155mm 52 caliber system mounted on a 6 truck, giving it excellent mobility. Because of the high degree of automation and extensive use of computers, this advanced system can operate with a crew of only 4 men. A touchscreen computer can calculate the exact firing solution, and then the 4 men manually load the shell into the gun to fire it. It combines data from aerial assets such as UAVs to provide troops with precision support fire. It carries 3,255mm shells on board and can fire them at a rate of 4 to 9 rounds per minute depending on the need and crew reloading capacity. Number 7 is Tavor Assault Rifle. The Tavor is a futuristic-looking bullpup assault rifle designed by Israel Military Industries for the Israeli Defense Forces. It was designed to be lighter, more reliable, durable, and accurate than the IDF's M4A1 carbine. The standard caliber was the NATO 5.5645 round, which was loaded onto a 30-round magazine. It bears the suffix 21, indicating that it is a 21st century assault rifle. There are several variants of this rifle, the most notable of which are the GTAR, the standard variant, which is longer and designed to hold a 40mm UBGL. MTAR, the micro variant, which is extremely compact and intended for use by special forces. The Marksman variant with a bipod and a 4x magnification ACOG sight is known as the Star. Up next at number 8 is Delilah Cruise Missile. This is an IDF medium-range subsonic cruise missile, which is remarkably light and compact for a missile with a range of 250 kilometers. Its 187 kilogram weight allows it to be launched from F-15 or 16 fighter jets, as well as UH-60 helicopters. The missile travels at a speed of Mach 0.3 to 0.7 and is precise enough to destroy enemy air defense sites with a 1-meter margin of error. This is due to the missile's ability to loiter around its target, allowing a remote navigator to use the infrared and optical sensors to identify the target and strike it at the appropriate time. Its 30-kilogram warhead restricts its use to smaller targets such as SAM sites and moving vehicles. There is also a ground-launched variant of this missile with the same 250-kilometer range. Number 9 is Barak 8 missile. This missile is the result of an Indo-Israeli collaboration to develop a next-generation surface-to-air missile for their Navy and Air Force. It is a medium-range SAM designed primarily for intercepting supersonic cruise missiles. It has a dual-pulse rocket motor that keeps the missile moving at Mach 2+ even in its final stages. The naval variant is launched from an 8-cell vertical launch module and is typically used in tandem with the MF Star radar. This missile is being refitted onto Israel's existing warships, and there are long-range variants of this missile. It employs an additional booster to extend the missile's range from 70 to 120 kilometers. This missile will be used by the Indian Air Force as well as the Indian Navy in the future. Number 10 is Arrow Anti-Ballistic Missile System. There are a number of systems in place to intercept ballistic missiles. The Arrow 3, on the other hand, is the least known and most powerful. This missile was designed to outperform the well-known American MIM-104 Patriot ABM system. The Arrow is critical to Israel's survival because it protects it from the range of ballistic missiles possessed by its adversaries. The Arrow 3 missile can intercept a ballistic missile at altitudes of more than 100 kilometers, and a battery of these missiles is said to be capable of intercepting 5 ballistic missiles in 30 seconds. The Arrow 3 has a smaller size and a 40% weight reduction over the Arrow 2. The first Arrow 3 battery of 24 missiles was deployed by 2015. And with this,